X82's Reviews.
Hello and welcome to this episode of X82's Reviews. And in this episode I'll review Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for the Game Boy Advance and the PlayStation 2 remake on the PlayStation 3. Now, I didn't have too much interest on Chain of Memories when it was released, and the reason for that was that I didn't know it was released. I mean, I was 9 years old and I didn't know what the internet was when it was released back in 2004. So there's that. But when I heard that it existed, I was immediately interested about it. And it took me 2 to 3 years and 20 euros to get it. So let's find out if this game was worth the time and money I wasted on it. So let's start with the story of the game. It starts with Sora and his friends Donald, Goofy and Jiminy Cricket walking down a winding path when a mysterious man dressed in a black hooded coat appears and directs Sora towards a massive fortress called Castle Oblivion. When the travelers enter, they re-encounter the mysterious figure, who explains that they have forgotten all of their abilities upon entering the castle. He proceeds to create a deck of cards made from Sora's and his friends' memories and tells them that everything they encounter in this castle will be based on their memories. The higher they go, the more memories they will lose in the process. Sora ascends the castle, facing off against members of a mysterious group controlling the castle gold, the organization. Along the way, as Sora begins losing his memories, he gradually appears to remember a girl named Naminé as an old friend of his, and learns from the organization member Larxene that she is being held prisoner in the castle. He also clashes with a replica of Riku, believed by both Sora and the replica himself to be the real Riku, created and controlled by another organization member, Vexen, which I like as a character, but I hate the boss battle. I will explain why in the gameplay section. Axel, an organization double agent, releases Naminé and allows her to meet Sora. Sora discovers Naminé to be the one manipulating his memories, having been forced to do so by Marluxia, the Lord of Castle Oblivion, and the figure who lured Sora there, as part of his plan to overthrow the rest of the organization with Larxene. Sora climbs to the top of the tower and defeats Marluxia and the other organization members. After which, Naminé puts Sora and his friends into a pod-like machines to help them regain the memories they lost in the castle. Even though they will forget the events that transpired in the castle, before they are put to sleep, Sora and Naminé promise to meet again as real friends once he reawakens. Sora firmly believing that his memories of her and the castle will remain in his heart, despite being forgotten. Now, what do I think about the story? Well, the characters are once again great, and the new characters, especially Axel, are great and interesting. So, it's great. Now for the presentation. For a Game Boy Advance game, the game looks good enough. The sprites are big and very well detailed, but the music is a letdown. It sounds pretty bad, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate when I say this, but seriously guys, listen to the Game Boy Advance version of the 13th Struggle. Personally, I don't like it, but thank God the remake fixes the music for me at least, and it sounds wonderful. And the remake looks also really good, as you can see from the footage. The voice acting is once again great. Haley Joel Osment does again great job as Sora, and in this game he sounds much deeper than in the first game because of the puberty and stuff. So that's a plus. David Gallagher also does great job as Riku, and the new voice actors like Richard Epcar as Ansem, Keith Ferguson as Marluxia, Quinton Flynn as Axel, and etc. does a fantastic job as their roles, especially Quinton Flynn as Axel. Got it memorized? I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. Now for the gameplay. It is the reason why I think this game is average. This is how the game works. First, you run into a Heartless or slash a Heartless with a Keyblade. Then you go into a battle stage, and then you can attack the Heartless that appears into the battle stage. Now many of you might think that, oh well, it's kind of like a turn-based Kingdom Hearts game. Why is it a bad thing? It is not, but you know what is a bad thing? Having limited attacks. That's right, you have limited attacks represented by cards, and the cards are numbered 0 to 9. And if you use a card with a higher number than your enemy's card, it will break and you can attack your enemy. But if your enemy uses a card with a higher number than your card, then your card will break and then your enemy will attack you. And if you both use a card with the same number, then none of you will attack. Now my problem with the cards is that everything is fucking cards. Your attacks, your magic, your summons, your items, and even Donald and Goofy are fucking cards. And you have to reload your cards after you use them all, and every time you reload your cards it takes longer to reload them. And if you stock cards or use special attacks, you lose cards. It's just... Okay, I'm fine. It's just frustrating. Okay. What else is bad with this game? Oh, the fucking Vexen boss battle. Why? Because he has a fucking shield that can block attacks while you only have a dodge roll and a card break as your defense. How is that fair? So, the gameplay is just flawed. Now for the length. The story quest will last about 7 to 10 hours depending on your difficulty again. And then you have the Reverse Rebirth storyline where you play as Riku, fighting Ansem, who still lingers in Riku's heart. And as you climb upwards from the basement of Castle Oblivion, you fight some members of the organization like Lexius, Zexion, and Vexen. And you meet Diz, some new character that we don't give much information about, and Namine. And the Reverse Rebirth story, your cards are automatically picked, which I don't like because you might get a weak set of cards in some worlds. But they reload instantly, so that is a plus from the main story. So, what do I think about the story? It's good enough. But the problems with the gameplay are the reason why I think I would not play the game again. And finally, the final verdict. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories for both the Game Boy Advance and the PlayStation 2 / the PlayStation 3 remake gets 6 out of 10. The game has its flaws, mainly the gameplay, but the story and the presentation, for the most part, save the game from getting a bad score. But I still think that Square Enix and Tetsuya Nomura should have tried harder with the game. Like example, going for the traditional turn-based gameplay, like it was originally intended. So, that's it for this episode of X82's Reviews. Thank you for watching, and please remember to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of my reviews. I will do these kinds of reviews every 2 Saturdays, so stay tuned. I will put the subscribe link right here, which will take you to my channel, and then you subscribe to my channel, if you want, that is. And I will put the link to my Let's Play channel right here. So then you can subscribe to that channel. Currently I'm doing a Let's Play of Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, so you can check it out if you want. And what did you thought about Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories? Did you like it? Or you was just as disappointed like I was? Or you have a request for me? Either way, let me know in the comments below. And while you're doing that, check my description box where you'll find links to my Facebook, Twitter and Twitch pages. So you can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch. Now next time, I will review Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PlayStation 2 and the Final Mix version on the PlayStation 3. Until next time, this is X82 saying goodbye for now.